Welcome to Trans Tea, a podcast all about queer life in the Midwest, the community, the trans choral movement, and the queer stories yet to be told. I'm Tristan Miedema, director of TRANScendent, Iowa's only trans and non-binary singing ensemble.
And I'm Tessa Tura, local drag entertainer, queer activist, and one of TRANScendent's founding members.
We're here to talk about queer Iowans living out loud.
And the voices making it happen.
So consider this your invitation.
Sit back and grab a cup.
'Cause we're spilling! Okay, welcome in. This is our first episode of Trans Tea. I have Tessa Tura with me. I'm Tristan. My pronouns are he, they.
I'm Tessa Tura, and my pronouns are she, her.
And we've been talking about doing a podcast for a long time. And I just recently started this Substack called Tea with Tristan. And I thought, like, what a beautiful spinoff this would be to do a podcast and call it Trans Tea. Because we love tea.
Oh, yeah.
So since it's our first episode, I want to talk about like how TRANScendent started, how it came to be, right? Because I think if people are listening, they are probably familiar with the Des Moines Yemen's Chorus, or they're at least semi-familiar with our work in Des Moines, right? Like that there's a trans ensemble. But I want to talk about like how this all began. I want to go back to the start. Tell me about TRANScendent's inception. Like how did it all begin?
Yeah, absolutely. Back in March of, I want to say it was 2023, we were experiencing a lot of really strong anti-trans legislation in Iowa, specifically targeting trans youth. That's when we saw, despite there having been a bill here or there in the past, that's when we really saw momentum and like passing of like sports bans and bathroom bans and things like that for youth. And as we were getting ready for our concert that was all about mental health, the topic of what can we do to support the trans singers in this choir, the trans people, you know, in our community. And the thought was we would add a, we added a pin for the second half of our concert. And then there was a song we were singing called Fight the Dragons. It had a solo in it. My husband was the soloist.
Come on, husband.
Yes. My trans man husband did the solo, and one of our friends, another singer who is not trans, said, this might be crazy, and I feel weird proposing it because I'm not trans, but what if that opening solo was sung by all the trans singers? Because the song Fight the Dragons is all about fighting the world, like I'll fight the dragons till you can. It's a man singing to his son about all the challenges he's faced.
So Mask.
And his goal of, So Mask is right. And his goal of trying to make life better for his son. We're gonna look over all the rest of the plot of that musical. Not great, but so since it's a story about trying to make the world better for a kid or kids, he had proposed that, and I said, oh my God, yeah, we have to do that. So I talked to all the trans people in choir that I knew would be interested or, self-identified as trans, and was like, hey, I haven't asked anybody, I have no approval yet, but if I did get approval, would you all say yes? And every one of them like jumped out of their seats. They're like, let's go talk to the director right now. We got to make it happen. So we went and talked to the director at the time, and he was all for it. What started as like a little 12-bar solo really turned into all of the trans singers standing on the front lip of the stage, singing Fight the Dragons, while all the cis people behind them started crying.
Yeah, it was magic.
It was insane. And then it ended with a full standing ovation mid-concert. I'd never seen that before. Like, standing ovations after concerts I've heard of, things like that. But having one just in the middle of a song that was just there, groundbreaking, mind-boggling, truly insane.
Well, and we both joined the chorus in 2020. And like, you were the first non-binary person I had met at the time, right? Like that was the first place I started using he, they pronouns.
Same.
Truly, it was the chorus. And when we joined, there was 0 trans people. Like, don't you think? Like there was 0. There were no trans people. So we were the first two, really, to join the chorus. And that was in 2020. And so then to have 2023 come around and we're starting a full ensemble of trans singers because our ensemble now, the Des Moines Gay Men's Chorus now is like 20% not cis men. It's probably higher now. It's probably closer to 30.
I think it's like 30 to, I think it's about 30% not cisgender men.
Yeah. Well, and I remember when TRANScendent, before it had the name, like officially started, and they sang, like I remember being asked to join and I was like, oh my God, I'm too busy right now. Like that's not gonna work. And that's one of my biggest regrets because I look back and like, oh, I wasn't technically a founding member. I wasn't in the original ensemble. Sips tea loudly.
You were asked.
I know I was. And so I feel, I regret that moment so much because I mean, it's really turned into something marvelous. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So the first appearance was really in spring of 2023.
Yes.
And then that fall, I was asked to be the director to kind of make it more of a thing, right? Like a little bit more official. And we've been singing ever since.
Yes, every concert.
Yeah, which is kind of
so many outreach performances.
Can we talk about the trans chorus movement as it relates to the gay men's chorus movement?
Yeah,
right? Like we don't need to go into the whole kit and caboodle about the history of the gay men's chorus movement because I think if you're watching or you're listening,
you probably know at least something about that.
Semi-familiar, right? The trans chorus movement is like the gay men's chorus movement of the 70s, 80s. Right? Yeah. Like it's like a resurgence. It's a new era of choral music. And we're seeing trans ensembles pop up all over the country.
Yes.
Like, why do you think that is?
I mean, I think it's that just like in the 70s and 80s where gay men and lesbians and different queer identities needed a space to come together, needed a space to create joy, as they were being, like they were hugely being attacked. Like they were the primary target of a lot of Republican conservative rhetoric. We're now seeing the windows shifted. So trans people are now bearing the brunt of a lot of those attacks. And while you do still see some legislators trying to put in like gay marriage bans or things like that, they're overwhelmingly unpopular. Most of the time they're in constitutions. So like at the state level, they're not going anywhere. But trans rights are a lot more vulnerable in a lot of states because they're almost never enshrined in constitution. They're always just like, here's a single law or a single court case. It's easier to backpedal those first. And I think as we're seeing those attacks, when we can't depend on our government or like society at large to create a space for us or maintain space for us, we look inward to our community and we create our own spaces. We create our own safety and our own networks. And I think that's what we're seeing with these trans groups popping up is that people need community and not just the large queer community. They need specifically to be with other trans people, to be with the people that are being attacked constantly, hundreds of times every legislative session. And so I think it's just like it was with some of the reasons behind forming gay men's choruses or lesbian choruses or women's choruses, only trans people, like trans choruses this time.
Yeah. The gay men's chorus movement is so established, right? Like the Des Moines Gay Men's Chorus, we're celebrating our 25th anniversary, 25 years of music that matters. And so we already have this little home to exist in.
Yes.
Which has been really special. And I don't think that we could have started from scratch as easily. Like we
would have been a struggle.
Right. Like we're a 501c3. We have what a nonprofit offers us. We have like staff support in myself. We have resources.
A library of music.
We have a library of music that we're in, right? Like we already have singers who are interested in the mission.
Right.
And we've had built-in concerts, right? Like we didn't have to start from scratch and plan concerts. So
exactly.
I think a lot of gay men's choruses across the country are experiencing this influx of trans and non-binary singers.
Yes. And
going, how do we support these singers in a way that feels meaningful, right? Like talking about Lansing Out, they just started a trans ensemble.
Absolutely.
And it's just like this extension or this arm of this movement that's already been built, which I think adds so much strength, that already has legs. So I've kind of loved that about TRANScendent's history, like being a part of the Des Moines Gay Men's Chorus, which like, could we bear an entity? I don't know, maybe someday, but like
we certainly
right
could,
now,
but it would be a lot.
Yeah, it would be a lot of work. And this space and time we have right now to share that space because I mean, some of my favorite moments of Transcendent have been watching the gay men's chorus and their reactions to us.
Yes.
Like they are always so enthralled with what we're doing. We always have tears in the concert,
Yeah.
right? Or we have giggles when we talk about Xander the Snow Them. If you don't know, look it up.
People still cried at that too, though.
Yeah, truly. So I don't know. I've always thought that was really special about what we're doing, at least with Transcendent in Des Moines.
Yeah.
Well, it makes me think of Gala. Like, let's talk about Gala.
Oh, yeah.
Gala, the Gay and Lesbian Association of Choruses.
Yep.
National organization. And our first appearance was in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we weren't even a year old yet,
right.
really. And we
Literally.
were all of a sudden on a Gala stage. Like, big deal. This is big performance.
This is like over 1,000 people in our audience.
And we had a 15-minute slot, and then Harmony, our other small ensemble, had a 15-minute slot. So, like, not even a year into our existence, we were performing on kind of this national stage, which is kind of nuts.
No, it was insane.
And I just remember people going, "Oh my God, there's trans people in Iowa." Like, I joke about that all the time, but
that's a literal quote.
It's literal. People literally said that because, oh my God, there's trans people there. I thought it was just cornfields. And I think we forget that. You know, it's so easy to take what we have for granted because we're living in it and we're just doing it. But we live in Des Moines, which is a fairly, well, I don't want to say fairly liberal area, but more liberal than the rest of the state.
By a lot.
Right? So it's no wonder that other people from across the country are thinking about Des Moines and they're going, well, why would there be trans people there?
Right.
When some of the top gay men's choruses in the country, some of the largest, some of the longest standing, are showing up with no trans people on stage. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
That's
but
fine. Like,
it's a very different world.
Yeah.
And so the fact that Des Moines in the Midwest is bringing a bunch of trans people to the gay men's chorus movement, I think is shocking to a lot of people. What do you think?
Oh, I think so. Like, the Midwest is often really overlooked in the gala system.
Yeah.
When you go to gala, you're looking for like 3 choruses. You're looking for New York City. You're looking for like San Francisco, and then you're usually looking for the host city, which for the last couple ones has been Minneapolis. So you're looking for, you know, I guess a Midwestern one, but none of them are known for their high trans population. San Francisco famously doesn't have a trans ensemble at all. They have a trans support group. They meet and they they talk and commiserate about trans issues, but they have no performing ensemble. Yeah. And a lot of them are like, they would like that. They really were very interested when we met them. Minneapolis has trans people, but I don't remember them having any sort of an ensemble for it. And I know New York has an ensemble. They have a trans ensemble. I think it's called TRANScendent. I don't know if they're affiliated with New York City Gay Men's Chorus or if they were and then branched off. Not quite certain. Yeah. But
well, there was one in Chicago called Resonate for a while.
Oh, right. And I didn't see them at Gala.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're still I don't know if they're still active. Yeah. And so like there's a hole in
Sorry. There is a hole though.
There is a hole. There's a hole in the Midwest.
There is. There's
where
a hole.
People just you don't know what to expect. It seems like a lot of bigger choir people, when they come to Gala, they expect to see all of the Midwestern choirs to be these like small, like we have 23 members. We don't have t-shirts. Everyone's we don't have any paid staff. Everyone's a volunteer only. Yeah. All of that. And that's just not the case. Yeah. And I think they were shocked to see that. We were there. We were this like professional looking group.
Yeah. Well, how many singers did we take to Gala?
Was
it 40 some?
We took like 45, I believe.
Because, I mean, when we joined the chorus, there was 30 singers. It was fresh after COVID.
The 20th anniversary concert had 20.
Oh my God.
And then the the winter concert that following fall had like I think 45 officially, but I want to say only like 40 ended up performing in that concert.
Yeah. Well, and now we're sitting at double that. Like our concert roster is like
almost 80
100.
People. Yeah. Our roster is 100.
It's almost 100.
And our singer
there'll be what,
like
85 to 90 singers, 80 singers on stage?
Something like that,
Something like that?
Just about.
It's just nuts. I mean, and Transcendent started with, I think,
Eight
eight
or
or nine
nine.
singers
Yeah.
that first fall officially. And we now have solidly 15 to
15 to 16, yep.
at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of, it's magical to see how fast the chorus is growing.
Well, yeah.
Has grown.
But even like how fast Transcendent itself has grown.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like we've experienced the influx of trans and non-binary singers into the chorus.
Yes, because we have Transcendent.
Like I am always shocked. Like, oh my gosh, how do we keep getting so many more trans singers? Well, no shit. We literally have a trans ensemble that we put on stage 3 times a year.
We are some of the most visible trans people in
no
Des Moines.
wonder.
Exactly.
Yeah. I want to talk about why singing in Transcendent matters right now, like today. Like what keeps you coming back to rehearsal every week? Like why we keep doing this? I don't know. It makes me think about the Des Moines magazine, the LGBTQ Legacy Awards.
Yes.
And like, why do we need to give queer people awards? Well, because people still comment horrible stuff on Facebook posts about queer people. Like
literally constantly.
I still get comments on my channels about like, you call this music? Like what? You know what I mean? There's icky people out there. So that's why it matters.
Right.
But I think for Transcendent, why I continue to show up, I mean, I've said it before. I every time I direct Transcendent, like there's this voice inside that tells me like, oh, you're not trans enough. And like even when I took over as the director of Transcendent, I remember thinking and being worried about people not thinking I was trans enough to do that, right? Which is silly. Like there's no such thing as being trans enough. But I think even within the queer community, there's so many different levels of understanding of the trans experience. I mean, even the chorus, right? Like the gay men's chorus movement.
Oh, yeah.
There's varying levels of interpretation of how trans voices have been welcomed or not into the choral movement. Like I hope that us talking, we're sharing some highlights right now, but like it doesn't mean it's all been easy for trans voices in the choral movement. It's quite challenging actually for a lot of trans people in the chorus movement. I mean, we experience it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I keep showing up because like what else would we do? Right? Like this mantra I've started saying at rehearsal. Well, I've said it once, but I think I'm going to make it a thing because it just feels right. And I'm going to probably write a Substack about it because it makes me feel inspired. But the mantra is, thank you for showing up as yourselves so that others can show up as themselves. And I just love the sentiment of that in the trans experience because being in Transcendent makes me feel okay to be trans in my own way. Right? Like there's no expectation of having to pass or having to look a certain way or sound a certain way to be loved and accepted as a trans person. And I think having a space like Transcendent, I mean, we talk all the time about how it's the only place in any of our lives where we're in a room of just trans people. Yeah. How many Americans get to say that? Let alone Iowans.
Not very many.
Like not very many. And so I don't know, I cling to that. Like if we have nothing else, even without the music, like we have that community piece. And the music is just the way we get to share in that community with one another. And queer people have always been drawn to the arts, right? Like who appreciates arts more than queer people? I mean, truly.
Right.
Straights,
no, literally.
I mean, I'm being stereotypical here, but like straights, they appreciate sports in a way that I will never understand.
Correct.
I don't want to yuck that yum. But I think arts are, and sports have their own community too. I mean, of course, like.
Right. Absolutely.
I get it. But the arts, there's just this shared level of mission that I think just supersedes all. Shared level of mission and art and the pursuing of something beautiful. Like I think we all really cherish something beautiful. When we make a beautiful sound in Transcendent, when we rehearse in an hour, right? Like I'll get chills and I'll go, oh my gosh, look at all these trans people singing pretty music. But like, what else would we do? Right? Like as long as we have this space, as long as we have a chance to sing with one another and feel like we can show up as the way we want to show up and no one thinks twice or cares. I don't know. I just think there's like nothing better than that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
why do you keep coming back?
I mean, I keep coming back because this is my home and my family. Mm-hmm. Like these are the people that I came out to. Yeah. These are the people that I have gone through my transition with, that I have shared that experience with. You know, when I first said I don't want to use he, him pronouns anymore, it was singers in Transcendent that I told about that. Yeah. And when I tried to put he on things, they would take my papers and scribble out the he.
The trans bullying, it's real.
Or they would make me my husband made me a name tag with my name on it because I was too afraid to like ask the choir for a new name tag. He saw it one time and he went, no, absolutely not. So he went and taught himself how to recreate the template just so he could make me one.
Wow.
You know, I said I wanted some more feminine clothes and they kidnapped me. I'm not kidding you. They picked me up from work and said, get in the car. And would not tell me we were going. And they took me to, I don't even remember, some department store, like some department store from...
Some Dee Dee's discount.
No, it was a real department store, I promise. We went and found me some things that kind of fit. Me and straight-sized department stores, not great friends. Yeah. But, you know, I got a fake fur coat that I still wear.
I remember that coat. Wow.
She doesn't come out in a minute, but like these are the people that created the space for me to be who I am. Yeah. You know, they helped me, like the choir, like employed me when I left my banking job so that I could transition safely. Because I wasn't having a good time with the clients at my banking job. Yeah. Not respecting my name and my pronouns and like being too afraid to dress feminine there. So they just, the group has my whole heart and it is, I want to make sure that the folks who join after me or the next generation or whatever, whether it's the person who joins next week or 15 years from now, I want to make sure that they have the experience that I had or better. So, I mean, yeah, I can't leave.
I mean, truly, I love what you're saying about like, I mean, it's where you got to transition and like be yourself. Yeah. And I think queer people, like when a queer person comes out, no matter what expression that is, it's almost like a rebirth of like, I get to start over and like start fresh and kind of throw away all the things I thought I knew about myself and maybe start over a little bit. But I think even doing that in a trans way can be even more shocking and more terrifying. So it's almost like coming in a space like Transcendent, we're like your new trans family, your trans mommy and daddy, and helping you out, right? Like I constantly feel like a trans mom. I joke about it, but it feels so true. It feels like some of these singers who, like many of which are older than me, but I feel like they're my babies. They're my kids. Right? Like they're my little kids that I get to take care of because they come to this space for art and music and for some kind of, I don't know, inspiration about just how to live. And I don't know, it's just very special.
I mean, I've taken at least 3 singers to go find their, first black choir dress.
Oh my gosh.
Or their black choir shoes. Because like...
Yeah. I did a singer's makeup at the concert. Yes. Like, how fun.
Right? It's so fun. You get to like... teach them how to be them. How to like, you get to help them peel back the layers to find who they are.
So now that we've spilled the tea, we got to refill our cup a little bit.
Absolutely.
I know it's a little bit cheeky, but I think we cheers our cups because we need a refill. We spilled the tea. I'm actually drinking Diet Coke. What are you drinking?
Waterloo. Great. Trans
Starts
tea
a podcast about trans tea.
With
drinks
0 tea.
Carbonated water. I want to refill our cups a little. I want to talk about. First, I want to talk about some cool things happening in our worlds.
Absolutely.
And I also want to highlight a local queer organization. Yes. Who should we highlight this week?
I think we should highlight Lavender Legal.
So tell me about it.
Lavender Legal is the only LGBTQ legal resource center in the entire state of Iowa. So they help with name changes, affirmative adoption, like last will, like end of life documents to make sure that all those are set. Because just in case those gay marriage bills do get repealed, you want to make sure that you get to be the person who is visiting your loved one in the hospital when they're dying. You get to be the one to enforce their end of life care or have access to the family home. Like those are things that, if you don't have those documents in place, if those bills were to get repealed, you just don't have them.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just defaults to the parents. Like your marriage does not count anymore in like the legal system. So they do so much work with civil matters and trans and LGBT people all across the state of Iowa.
Wow.
They handled my name change.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, absolutely. So they do sliding scale, and I luckily am poor. One of the only times you're going to say luckily and poor in the same sentence. But so because of the sliding scale system they have, I actually was able to receive free legal consultation.
Wow.
So I had a lawyer represent me in my court case. All I had to do was show up to court, tell them why I wanted my name and what my name was, and that was it. Everything else was done and taken care of. And they walked me through the steps of what was going to have to happen. They helped me move my court date because I was going to be at gala during during it, and I was like, sorry, I'm on stage. I can't be in a court.
Yeah.
Can you please move it?
Wow.
But yeah, and they have an event. They have a big fundraiser coming up June 5th. It's their masquerade ball. So it's like a queer prom for folks who didn't get to have that. And it's also their big fundraiser for supporting these court cases and things like that.
LavenderLegalCenter.org. They've got to have socials too. Lavender Legal Center on Instagram. So yeah, check Lavender Legal out. Like truly incredible resources. What's something fun happening in your world right now?
Ooh. I'm actually doing a weekly performance series at the legendary Blazing Saddle on Thursday nights at 10? Thursday nights at 10 p.m.
The evening, bedtime?
Yeah, 10 p.m. when I should be in bed.
Didn't you
drag.
get first last week?
I did get first last week.
Tessa's booked and blessed.
We're trying.
Wow. Epic.
How about yourself? What do you got going
on? Truly, I don't know. Mostly transcendent.
That's a mood.
It's actually tulip time this weekend in Pella.
Ooh.
When we're recording. So I don't know if I'm going down or not, but I did wear my clogs to rehearsal last night because
those were great.
It's rare that I could just break them out and it's appropriate. They look like wooden shoes, but they're rubber. But I do have my wooden shoes at home, and I do love to wear them. I know it sounds awful, but I do love to wear them. So I'm feeling like the spring tulip time festivities, the spirit.
It's never awful to wear cultural garb.
I know, you're right. I should just wear them more.
Yeah, I think you should incorporate them into the outfits.
I think I really should. Well, thanks so much for tuning into our first episode of Trans Tea.
Be sure to share this podcast with someone who needs it.
It really helps us out and lets us continue to uplift and celebrate trans voices and queer voices in the Midwest. You can find me on Substack at Tea with Tristan or on TikTok or Instagram at Tristan Miedema, TristanMiedema.
You better work. And you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at either Tessa Tura or the Tessa Tura. One of the two will get you to where you're looking.
Yeah, just search for Tessa. Well, thank you so much for listening. I'm Tristan.
And I'm Tessa. Until next time, keep your cup full.
Because we've got plenty more to spill.
Bye.
It's giving Alaska.
It really is.
Hi.